I'm here with Anne Douglas, the author of the Mother of All book series. Anne, without question, you are the most accomplished Canadian author when it comes to parenting books. What compelled you to start writing about parenting?
I think my 4 kids were huge inspiration for me, for starters, and also having an extra rocky road to parenting. It took us a while to conceive, and just had some early miscarriages, and felt that it was really challenging to keep opening books and finding that they didn't really reflect my experience.
Right.
So I wanted to find books that I could relate to, that had the voices of mothers, and that felt like somebody I could relate to, that had a blend of medical information and that were really Canadian.
When I was pregnant with my first son, I was so thrilled when I came across your books because of the Canadian content. So for all the new bellies out there, what are your top tips?
Well, first of all, do exactly what you did. Get out there, look for information, tap into your resources. And by that I mean, books, the internet, your healthcare provider, but most important of all, other mothers. You probably find this in your life all the time. When you face a challenge, you go on a search for information, but it's the people in real life that you've come to know and trust that you want to connect with time and time again. If you go around shows like this, you can pick up brochures, you can find where the mums in your neighborhood meet, and just find out what resources are available to you.
Yeah.
It was so hard when I had my first child a million years ago, well, 20 years ago, to do this kind of research. Now, under one roof, you can do it all in an afternoon.
I love your book, The Mother of All Toddler. Now, it's such a new stage for parents. You think you have it all going on, and then all of a sudden they send you for a loop. So what are your top tips for the parents entering the toddlerhood stage?
The toddler stage is hugely challenging because it seems like you've just mastered the baby rule book, and now the toddler says, okay, you're pro at that, let's throw that one away and let's start with something new.
Yes, you've got this great routine going, and then they throw you for a loop.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So, you make the leap into new eating patterns where they lose their appetite and you're thinking, you were eating so much more not that long ago. And then you have to do the discipline thing where sometimes, you sort of indicate, no, you're not going to dump all your food on the floor, you're not going to do this, and they laugh at you, and it's like, but you're so cute, but we can't laugh at you and reinforce the bad behavior, so what are we going to do? And then you have like the eyes of a million people. Your child has a grocery store temper tantrum, which every child does, right? And a whole bunch of people suddenly have spectators going, oh, how is she going to handle this one? So it's a very challenging time for everybody. The thing to remember is that everybody has gone through it, and I have a sort of a rule where if they haven't been through it, then they don't really have the right to judge. And if they have been through it, they're really sympathetic spectators. If they're standing there smiling, they're not laughing at you, they're going, oh, I have been through that, and I am so grateful not to be dealing with that this afternoon.
I hear you talking a lot about your parenting style, so you really do have to look at what works for you.
Absolutely, because everybody has somebody on their street that's coming over, and they're quickly saying, and they could even be grabbing one of my books and saying, you have to read this, you have to read that. But if it's
you
not
do have
your
to read
thing,
that.
well, you're so sweet. But if it's not the right book for you, it could make you insane. And even just, they tear out a magazine article and it says, here, 30 seconds to having the perfect child, and you read it and you go, but wait, I don't think they ever met my child. It doesn't really ring true for me. So you say, it's not the right advice for me. It may have worked with your perfect child. Congratulations. Every child's temperament is different. Every family situation is different. Your parenting style might be different than mine. Your family circumstances might be different than mine. And so why would I come over and tell you how to run your family or vice versa? We wouldn't do that to each other. So if the neighbors come over with a clipping and say, Melissa, you have to do this, it's just perfectly right for you, it's not necessarily the right advice. So you take it, you say, thanks so much for the gesture, here's your casserole dish, we'll see you soon. Or not.
Thanks for all those great tips, Anne.
Great being here, and thanks for running a great show. I've been proud to be part of this show for many years, and I wish you continued great success.
Thank you, we're happy to have you.